All right, coming to the stage right now, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Big Boy. I'm from Los Angeles. I do a show called Big Boy's Neighborhood that's syndicated through Premiere as well and iHeartRadio. Thank you so much. Oh, that was a genuine clap right there. It was smattered, but it was cool. I want to bring one of my cats up, man. Now, this dude's not only a hip-hop star, but this dude, when I say, like, innovative, the things that this dude is looking for. First off, people always kind of want to be on a major label at one point, but now, you know, that independent hustle is the hustle that you really want. You want that ownership.
Yes, sir.
And Nipsey Hussle is a guy that has that ownership. Marathon, entrepreneur, stores, restaurants. The first one that did his CD that he sold for $100, I bought the motherfucker. It was out the box thinking. And when it comes to out the box, there's more to this man than that's just, oh, that's hip hop, oh, that's a rapper. And when you guys get a chance to sit down and really see what this marathon and what this wave is that's about to come, then we all want to get a chance to enjoy as well. It's going to be a ride that's going to take a lot of us into the future. So, if I may, and he's probably standing over there, but y'all don't have to give him the same shit y'all gave him. Because of the water now. Give him his, but don't give him all this shit. You know what I mean?
We love you, big boy.
Don't give him that though. You know what I'm saying? Like just lock up on him. You know, that's it. Just do one of these on him. All right. Coming to the stage right now, ladies and gentlemen, my partner straight from the West Coast, but we ain't tripping. Give it up for Nipsey Hussle. Look how he walk. Look how he walk. Go on.
Let's go, Nip.
Nip, grab that mic real quick, man, before we make this other intro. This is Nipsey Hussle, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Nip.
What up? What's up? Man, what's cracking?
Man, I'm ready to see what we about to see right now, man. I'm ready to see what we about to see.
You gotta introduce my CTO, my business partner, Idris Sandu. Y'all clap it up for Idris Sandu.
I'm gonna give you guys the floor, man, because this is a journey that I want to look at as well. And just what I had a chance to bear witness to at the Marathon store and the introduction, and you introduced me to brother, and this next wave of just thinking, when I say thinking outside the box, this is like, when you look at other people, you see like, man, how did they do that? How did they become this billionaire? When we right here, man, we spend so much and there's so much knowledge and our dollars are mighty. And if you look at everybody in this room, man, the world, they pretty much imitate what's going down here. And when you think about what we could do as owners and what we could do as thinking outside the box and where the next dollar bills come from, and not just money, we talk about being wealthy and being owners and taking steps and understanding that we could do in this room anything that we want to do. You know what I'm saying? The first thing that we do, we talk ourselves out of success. We talk ourselves out of, you know, we get in our own way. Tyree's book, make sure y'all pick that up. So I'm gonna get out of your way, let you do what you have to do, man, but please bear witness to what you guys are about to see. Nipsey Hussle.
All right, so first off, the original plan, we wanted to screen a documentary that, you know, basically explained the journey of us coming up in LA, selling everything out this corner, having a vision to turn it into a legitimate operation, going through the bullshit, police shit, local neighborhood shit, just the turbulence and the gravity of trying to do something. But the documentary is having technical difficulties due to the Wi-Fi being like 1999. So we're gonna talk about the idea. We're just gonna explain to you why a tech person, a 20-year-old software and hardware designer, has partnered up with a rap artist and entrepreneur, and what we are planning on doing under that partnership. So I'm gonna talk to y'all about a couple ideas over, you know, hour or so that we right here. If y'all got questions, y'all want to interject, this ain't really no formal shit. It's really just a combo about an idea that we think is valuable, that we think y'all should be up on. So yeah, the first thing I want to talk to y'all about is that thing called the digital revolution. Anybody heard of the digital revolution? Anybody? Nobody?
No.
Yes, you? Anybody? You? What you heard about it? A lot. A lot? What about you? Right, right. Yeah, so basically the digital revolution, from my understanding, is basically when you go to the grocery store and you about to check out, and there used to be a lady checking you out, it's a machine. When you used to go to Blockbuster and rent your DVDs, it's Netflix. You used to go to Tower Records and buy your CDs, it's iTunes, it's Spotify. And so what that is called, it's called the digital revolution. Anything that can go digital will go digital. So when you look at like a profession like music, or like movies, you selling music, these are things that used to be tangible. It used to be on a CD, it used to be on a cassette. Now it became digital. She said it exists in the cloud. So when you think about business, you think about selling something that has no tangible form. You can't hold it, you can't put it in a plastic case. How can you protect it? So then you see Napster, you see all these bootlegs, you see the record labels tanking, you see you see Blockbuster go out of business, you see Tower Records collapse, you see all the traditional retail collapse, and everybody in the music industry scratching their head. But people in the technology industry, they're not scratching their head. They know exactly what's going on. It's a digital revolution. Anything that can go digital will go digital. And once it's digital, why would you manufacture a CD and spend $1.25 to make $10 when you can put it online for free and make $10? That makes sense to everybody?
Yes, sir.
All right, it makes more sense to produce the actual product free, right? So that's why everybody's leaning toward the digital side of everything, because there's no overhead and it's taking over the world. So when you look at a person like myself, I sell music. My product has went digital. So I'm gonna talk to y'all about another thing. It's called abundance. So, and scarcity. It's an idea called abundance versus scarcity. If you look at like diamonds, anybody know why diamonds cost money? Because they what? Scarce, right? Why is foil, aluminum foil, you eat your hot dog, you ball it up, what you do with it? You throw it. What's the difference? Okay, so the value is based on what?
Scarcity.
Scarcity. So if I sell a product that is no longer scarce, what happens to the value? What do I sell? I sell music. The digital revolution made music what? Okay, what happened to the value of the music now? Okay, so if I'm in a position of selling music, and out of nowhere this shit happened, the digital revolution, now I'm in a tricky position. Because I sell music, but there's no value. So this is the era I came into music. I came in 2008, 2009, right when that shit happened. So I came in with a lot of artists that was like, we was inspired by the artists that came before us. Make 2 hit singles, drop your CD, go on tour, go platinum. That shit is over. Based on a lot of things, but based on the digital revolution, based on the scarcity and abundance, based on scarcity and abundance. So when you're looking at, I came in, like I said, 09, 010, you know, the model switched. It became give the music away, go on tour, sell some merch. That became a new model. If you pick the artists that survived through that era, it's the niggas that could build their touring up. It's the niggas that created a little side product outside of the music. But if you go to the actual, take that a level deeper, what was they doing by doing that? We moved our cash register. We stopped cashing out on music, we moved it onto a tangible product, clothes, a tangible product, concert experience. You can't bootleg the experience, you can't bootleg the shirt. You can make a fake version, but you can't download the shirt. The shirt is not a victim of the digital revolution. So this is why we didn't have to, we didn't know this consciously, but out of necessity and survival, we had to adjust our business models as rappers. Otherwise, we're not gonna survive. Because the albums that went, you gotta go tour, you gotta go build a fan base. The model switch, you can't just drop like you used to. We used to just get a song off the radio, like the picture, like the video, and you check it out. That shit over, you can listen for free. It's a lot of things happen. So when you ask why I'm sitting up here with a tech person, somebody that develops tech, somebody that develops hardware, is because I saw through my experience what's going on. The music is abundant. The value has changed. It's like foil. It used to be like diamonds. We're gonna throw it out the window. There's so much of it, we ain't even tripping. We can't really charge for it. So as an artist, as a hustler, what should I do? I should use the music to inspire and to build notoriety, but I shouldn't charge. I should take my cash register off as part of the process, and I should move it to something that's not a victim of the what? Bad. So this is where we at now. This is why Yeezy's selling shoes. If you look at Kanye West, the music, niggas ain't tripping off. You gonna spend a lot of money making the music, recording it, paying producers, all that shit. You gonna give it away and you gonna move your cash registers to something that they can't download, that they can't put in the cloud, that's not gonna turn into ones and zeros. So now, as I'm thinking, all right, I got music influence, I got fans, I got people that listen, we doing pretty well on the road. Where should we mobilize the transaction to? Should we sell t-shirts? Should we copy Jigga and Puffy and sell alcohol? What should we do? And I start thinking about where's our value? What categories do we have value in? Outside of alcohol, outside of, what else hip hop is sold?
Headphones.
Headphones. Okay, that was an innovation. That was the first time we saw hip hop leverage its value to a hardware product. But if you ask me, you looking like, I don't disrespect to nobody, Kylie and Kendall just put their face over Tupac and Biggie. Those is pop icons that are reaching for hip hop authenticity. It's a slew of that all through the world. So to me, that means hip hop is the most influential culture in the world. If you look at streaming, the #1 genre in streaming, see, streaming is a representation of who's listening. Sales and all that can be manipulated. You can't really manipulate who's listening, who's tuning in. So when you look at that chart, hip hop at the top of that streaming chart by far. Hip hop over-indexing on every streaming platform. What that say? I mean, hip hop is the most influential culture on earth. That means, why would we leverage our influence for alcohol companies we don't own? When the alcohol company needed hip hop to sell their alcohol. Why would we leverage our influence to clothing lines that we don't own? When the clothing line needs hip hop to sell the clothes. What's the difference? We can't build companies. We can't build infrastructure. We just tap dance and got talent. I don't believe that. So thinking about that, we build and we strategize. All right, so let me talk about something else. All right, there's a thing called Moore's Law. Anybody know what Moore's Law is? You don't know what Moore's Law is? You was on point. I thought you would know that. Nah, it's the tech shit. So basically, Moore's Law is the reason it's the new iPhone every year.
So basically, Moore's Law is something has to get better and your iPhone gets smaller and then more than
Bingo. It's two parts of it. It's the actual real estate that it takes. It's like the size of the chip gonna shrink every 18 months. It's gonna cut in half. So if you had a 7-inch chip that could process at a gigabyte a second, next year it's gonna be a 3.5-inch chip that processes at 2 gigabytes a second. And the year after that it's gonna be a double whatever that shit is, and double, you know what I'm saying? Right. That's called Moore's Law. So basically, because of that, things get cheaper and cheaper and more powerful every year. That has an impact on business, that has an impact on everything. So I brought that up for a reason. We're gonna touch on that in a second, but we talk about all these things going on and how that impacts me as a hip hop artist, how that impacts Idris as a software and hardware designer. It's basically a question of what's the business model. Because people still love music, people still consume music, but the whole model of how to sell it has changed, as well as a ton of other products and services. So, you know, we looking at Spotify, we looking at Tidal, we looking at Pandora, we looking at Apple Music. You must work for Apple. Nah, but you looking at everybody different opinion on what the new model is gonna be. And it's all different. Pandora got a different model than Spotify. They all got different models. But then again, like if you look at Yeezy and a couple of, even like Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine, even Jay-Z, what they have done, what they influence as music and content creators. They switched what they sell. So to bring it back to myself, all right, recently on June 17th in LA, I opened up the world's first smart store. Anybody heard about that? Right, yeah, it's called a Marathon Store. And basically, I was on schedule to open up this store as a store that was like a flagship for our brand, which was basically we was betting on what I just described to y'all about what we should do, where we should put our cash registers, what's going on with this digital revolution, should we sell music, The store was our bet. It was what I thought was the right thing to do after I collected all this information.